Hello folks, Roger Daniel Alcocer here for the Magnificent World of Toys. Today I am talking to you from Japan, Shinjuku to be exact, and I'm super excited to be here. It's been my lifelong dream to visit Japan. And so yeah, yesterday I arrived. I arrived here on Monday. It was about 3 p.m. The immigration line was long. The airport was crowded. The train ride, it was tough because you had a combination of rush hour, the holiday. I eventually got to my room around 5:30 and I kind of laid down for a bit. I took a shower and I wanted to go to sleep, but I said, no, you know what? I want to go walk around a bit. And so one of the things I wanted to do was visit an area near her known as the Golden Guy, which is like a little district with bars and stuff. And I actually went out there. I met a couple people. We had a couple drinks and I came back to my room and I knocked out. So anyway, today's agenda, I want to hit Nakano Broadway. Today may be my only chance because, I have a pretty full plate. I'm gonna get some breakfast, probably go walk around the area. Stick around, you're gonna love it. Nakano Broadway is a very interesting multi-story complex. In a sense, it's kind of like a mall. So imagine a shopping mall that's full of nothing but collectibles. I mean, you name it. All kinds of toys ranging from soft vinyl to action figures, model kits, vintage toys, new toys, anime, manga, original art. Each floor has several stores, many of which are owned by Mandarake, but there's also a bunch of other little independent stores in there, and that's where I found a lot of the treasures that I ended up bringing home. So there's so many cool things. The prices vary. Some of the more popular lines were kind of overpriced, but there was other stuff here that isn't as popular that I found was very reasonably priced. My goal was to visit every single floor, and I was able to do that. The interesting thing about Nakano Broadway is that it does not open until about 11:30 a.m. and it closes at 8 p.m. When I arrived, I found that a lot of the shops weren't open, and so there's a lot of stuff I didn't see. I was at Nakano Broadway for roughly 3 to 4 hours. I was moving so fast that I grew tired. On top of that, I was carrying my backpack, which weighed about 20 pounds or so. I had my camera and a bunch of other stuff in there, which was a big mistake. I should have just left it at the room, but I wanted to try to get as much footage as possible with it. I was completely amazed at the variety of toys that I found. Not only was there a lot of vintage Japanese stuff that I had never seen or heard of, but there was also some American toys and some vintage 80s toys. One of the coolest things about Nakano Broadway is that there's something here for everyone. You can actually visit Nakano Broadway and not have to visit anywhere else in Japan. And that's sort of how I felt my whole time here. It's really your one-stop shop for all of your toy and collectible needs. I only wish I would have paced myself more and have been able to spend a little bit more time here, as well as been here when all of the shops were open, because I am pretty sure I missed a lot of cool stuff. It was very hard trying to get footage and at the same time trying to shop. I did not buy a lot of stuff There's a couple things that I got, a couple of little knickknacks here and there, but absolutely nothing could have prepared me for what I found and for the amazing price I found it for. What I got is the Alfrix set of 7 samurai figures. I am so happy. Like, this is like a total wish list thing, and you know, I can pretty much say that now my heart is full, and I think I already bought the best possible thing I could have bought there. So Nakano Broadway was just an amazing place. I mean, I was just super excited and thrilled just seeing all the awesome stuff that they had. My first trip to Nakano Broadway was on Tuesday, and I really didn't plan to go back, but the thing was that there was a Lion Man Sofubi there that I just absolutely could not stop thinking about. For whatever reason, I didn't buy it that day. Today is Friday. Yesterday, Thursday, after visiting Tokyo Toy Bastard and going thrifting with him and interviewing him, I figured that I could probably stop by Nakano Broadway because it's basically on the way to his place. It was about 6 o'clock. Nakano Broadway typically closes around 8. And so, you know, I got on the train and I was just like looking at the clock, looking at the map, and I was hoping that I'd make it. And, you know, based on the calculations, you know, it looked like I'd be able to make it right at around 7. And so I made it, ran out of the train. I got there, it was 7 o'clock. I ran from floor to floor because at first I couldn't find the place. And, you know, I finally saw it. I called the attendant. He opens the display case, handed it over to me, and that was really cool. I was so happy to take that. And unfortunately, around that time, everything else was already closing, so I basically had to leave. Either way, Nakano Broadway is just an amazing place, and you know, that should be on the top of your list of places to visit if you're coming out here to buy toys and things like that. It's just like an amazing experience, and there's a lot of really cool places and little shops and places to eat around there too. So you may want to check that out and put that into your plans if you're planning to come to Japan anytime soon. So anyway, with that said, may those who play never gray. I will see you in the next video. Take care. From Japan, signing out. This was Roger Daniel Alcocer. Goodbye.